This video is going to be comparing an Xp Deus wearing both a 9-inch and 11-inch low frequency coil to this Equinox 800 wearing just a stock coil. But we're going to show the Equinox first. I'm going to try to keep this video sort of short, but I got a lot to show here. Okay, I've got a nail over here. I've got a couple pieces of foil in here. Part of an old square nail over here on the right. That's a clad dime. And I'm going to remove this dime just to show you. I'm sweeping this detector. Now the horseshoe button is disengaged. That's a memorial sin on that bucket there. And we're going to use that in this experiment too. So there's nothing there. I sweep over here like this and there's nothing there, okay? And that dime goes on the point of that box there in that little triangle. I won't be removing that dime no more during this video. Okay. We'll sweep this memorial cent and let you see it. You see that meter in that machine right there? 20 to 21. This is multi-tone, speed 5, iron bias F24. Sensitivity is 22. Now I'm going to sweep right across this here. Y'all can hear that, and maybe you can see that meter. Looks like I get a 20. And if I come this direction, get about the same thing. Okay, now a clad dime reads higher than 20 on this machine. Solo, air test, whatever you want to call it. Okay, now that's 50 tones we just listened to. 5 tones, and I've got the tone break on this machine bend 3. The cutoff is at 19. Okay, so bend 4, 20 and above, ID reads highest tone on this machine. Okay, so we listen to this memorial cent, hear nice and high that is. When we come over this scenario here, even though we're getting ID lower than a clad dime the way I've got this machine set up, I get a nice good tone. Okay, so what I'm saying in this video is, let's assume a hunter wants to go out and hunt a site with modern trash nails, cherry pick. Your standard would be is to dig everything maybe that reads 20 and higher, thinking that you may pull some compromised silver dimes, quarters, okay, $50 out of the ground, and even some copper pennies, and you would dig the memorial cent standalones in the field. Okay, so I'm going to turn this machine off and we're going to play with the Deus. You can clearly see that I don't have to baby nothing. I am going to hover this coil over this though. You see, maybe you see that meter there, hovering that coil over that dime, and then as I come across it, okay, so I get alert to put the brakes on when I'm sweeping this detector on this scenario right here. Clear alert. Okay, let me turn this camera off. Alright, I've got this Deus now with this 9-inch low frequency coil. We're going to do the same test. This machine is all the Deus testing you've seen thus far. The disc was at 6 and it's still at 6, but I am going to move it here later in the video. Tone break on this thing, the highest bend's got the highest tone. The tone break set it to 77. That sinking penny right there reads 85. So if we allow 4 points on this machine per 1 point of ID on the, that's probably a little too much, but that's what I'm doing just to make this definitely fair. So 85 minus 4 is 81. Subtract 4 more, I'm at 77, and we may move the tone brake on this thing. Again, you hear that zinc and penny. Now that Equinox would give like a zinc and penny ID or maybe a point less. So I'm sweeping this Deus over here. Reactivity 2, silencer minus 1. I see 63 and 4 in the window, ID 67. This is 11.7 kilohertz. We never did hear that, did we? Anything close to it. Okay. .8 kilohertz. There's that memorial penny. I'm sweeping this dime set up here. We don't ever hear anything with a pitch like that, do we? Now I'm gonna sweep this thing again. Now I'm gonna hover that coil. When I hover that coil, I get some higher tone. Don't get no ID in the window though. There it is. Now I see a 83 in there when I hover that coil. But trying to tell if that dime is down there just based on tone alone. I can tell there's a non-ferrous. Okay. 4 kilohertz. There's that solo set in zinc and penny. I got 85 in the meter. Again, when I hover the coil, I get some higher pitch. Sweeping like I would in the wild. How would I know that's a high conductor down there? I can't tell. Okay, we're going to get back out of 4 kilohertz. We'll go to 11.7 kilohertz. We'll leave it there for a moment. Now, I did show the Equinox are running in multi-tones. 50 tones. So we're going to run the Deus down on this machine to 0. We're going to give it its chance at full tones. Is that a solution? Okay, there's that zinc and penny, nice and clean audio. Listen to this. Can I tell there's a higher conductor down there? We'll change frequency. Now we're at 7.8. There's that zinc and penny. Can't tell that, I can't tell there's a higher conductor being compromised in that test setup there. Okay, we're going to go back 11.7 kilohertz. We'll raise the Deus back to 6. Okay. Back down here into 3 tones. We're going to slip over here all the way. Now, 77 is what the tone brake is. Now we're going to back this thing up. That's 74. That's 11 points under what that more cent reads right there. Okay. Now, do you still hear anything that would tell you that there's a compromised dime down there? Meaning this machine, is it keeping up with the Equinox? Is it giving anything that sounds like that? Now I'm going to hover this coil. Look at that. I hover the coil, but I'm out in the wild and I'm hunting the trash, you know, a sack full of trash and nails. I'm sweeping my coil around. So every time I get a signal, it sounds like that right there, I'd have to sit here and go, okay, and here's a Knox runner behind me. He's come across that. And he's done dug it. One sweep. Boom. I got 20. I think I'll dig it. You start adding targets up like that at an old junkie site, and what do you think's going to happen in the end? Okay. Again, that covering that coil. But on a sweep, Never find it probably, unless you just dig everything this machine sounds off on now. Just for gee whiz here, this might be a tip for you Deus users. If I was out in the field hunting an old junkie site, I'm gonna turn this siren volume, I'm gonna max it out. Okay, now listen to this. So if I was hunting an old site, you know, and I got a signal and I started hearing all this racket over here and here, okay, that might tell me, uh-oh, that could be a compromised target. I guess I better dig it. You might be rewarded. Okay. That still takes additional time, though. I think this is sort of a fair comparison. It sort of shows you. Now, this call does buy you something. You can get a better signal in here hovering this call than you will with that 11-inch low frequency on this detector. Now, this is reactivity 2.5. And I'm still sitting at a 74 tone break, 11 points under what this memorial scent right here reads. Now that's a helping right there. I can hear, I get higher tone there on that dime, okay? "11-inch coil wouldn't do that." So, you know, this is not an apples to apples comparison to the Equinox wearing an 11-inch coil, but okay. So just to show you, that's 74, 75. I just raised it 1 point. Let's see what it sounds like. 12 points under what that dime reads on the tone break for the high 3rd tone. All right, there's 76. I still don't get anything high sounding. I'm going to back the tone break all the way. Here's 69. So I still never do get the pitch I get on this coin here, on that dime right there. I don't get the same kind of sounding signal. It's cut off. I get a blurp of a signal. You notice when the Equinox hit that thing, boys, it give like a duration long signal, high pitched. But again, how much trash am I gonna have to listen to? And it perked my ears when I was running a 69 tone break. Okay. And a modern trash site using 3-tone. Might dig a whole lot. Or might have to listen to a whole lot. May have to examine a whole lot of targets. I hope you enjoyed the video.